I'm Lisa Brody. The show is Gift of Peace, and I'm happy to have Trungram Gyaltrul Rinpoche here with me. Welcome to Gift of Peace, Rinpoche.
Thanks for having me.
So I thought we'd start by talking about karma. So as I understand it, the law of karma can be explained as for every action that's a thought, a word, a deed, there's a reaction or consequence. So good actions create merit and good circumstance, and unkind action creates suffering. But I'm wondering how this works specifically. So I can give you an example. Let's say somebody has a serious disease, serious illness. So in the past, they probably, this life or a past life, they probably did some kind of unkind action or created some suffering for somebody. But why did they get this particular disease in this life? And why did the suffering that came back to them happen in this life? How does that work?
First of all, I must say that karma is one of the subject, probably the most inconceivable subject, the most difficult to understand when it comes to the details, the particularity of the subject. Then it becomes really difficult for anyone except the enlightened one. It is said that only the enlightened one, the Buddha, fully enlightened one, can actually describe all the details of the karma. When we talk about karma, often it's related with the past and future lives. It's not about just one life. So it's even more difficult. The other subject we usually talked about is understanding the true reality or nature of mind or emptiness. They are relatively easier to understand compared to the karma, the details of karma. Generally, karma is, people think it's not that difficult. You do good things, you get good things. You harm others, you get in the same way, the result. So that kind of general logic or concept, it's easy to understand, but when it comes to detail, why now, what did I do, or what happened, then it becomes very detailed and difficult to understand. But then but we can guess a lot of things. Usually one way to understand in general is we look at our life now and see what we experience now, and we can guess our previous karma, previous lives or earlier karma. It doesn't have to be always previous life's karma. It can be our earlier karma that we have created within this lifetime. And we can also predict, in a way, future lives. based on looking at what we are doing right now. Yeah. So looking at what we are doing right now for oneself and others, how's emotion, how much we are causing sufferings to others, and so on, we can actually guess what we will get in the future. And in this karma-related teachings of the Buddha, it has quite detailed cause and effect, how it works and so on in detail. So, for example, if you save others' life, one will have better life, longer life. If you can help people who are sick, then the result of that is to have a better health, and so on. So we can go in quite detail, but still is a generalized, So what was the other question you have? It's if we can make it better if once there's karma. Is that what? Yeah.
Well, I just want to ask a little bit more, just in the realm of guessing about get to kind of trying to, because I think we find ourselves in a life or in this world, and we're trying to sort it out and make sense of it, why things happen, why we have this circumstance and somebody else has another circumstance. Or within our life, we have incredible enjoyment and ease, and also incredible suffering even within a life. So just in the realm of kind of guessing, because I understand it's vast and it's hard to be specific about it. But just kind of in that realm, if you've done an action in some life, why would it manifest in a particular time, the reaction, the karmic reaction to that? I mean, why in this moment?
Many spiritual people, many practitioners, they actually wish to get all these negative karmic results now, here and now, because they want to just purify it, get done with them. So their wish is, to experience and purify all the negative karmas while you are with the Dharma, with the spiritual practice. For a number of reasons. One of the reasons is that you can transform these illness and suffering. And with the knowledge and understanding of the spiritual teachings, you can be more open and accept these things. So there's a physical pain and suffering, but there is less mental sufferings because you accept them, right? And because you accept them, and you are mentally stronger, as a result, you're physically also stronger, relatively stronger. If you don't accept them, then now you have double suffering. Not only physical, but mental suffering. And that mental suffering makes oneself weaker. And that weakness is not only mental level, but also physical level. So that's one reason. And also because you're using that illness into your spiritual practice. You're transforming the illness, even the illness is transformed now into something meaningful by thinking that you represent all beings, all sentient beings in the world who has a similar illness, and you absorb all of their illness and become like a hero for all of these people. So you make wish that they have the lesser. I take all the sufferings and they have lesser or no sufferings of the same type. So for all these reasons, if you don't have spiritual knowledge or understanding of these practice, you won't be able to do that, right? So then the suffering or illness is just illness, right? It doesn't really serve much benefits. So that's why many spiritual practitioners wish to have these things while they have this practice.